The second commandment is, thou shalt make unto thyself no graven image of anything, and I'm paraphrasing now, anything on the earth or in the sea or in the sky. And that's usually taken as meaning you mustn't make a picture of God, certainly in the Jewish tradition. Well, the Christians, interesting one. Have you ever seen the Sistine Chapel? There's lots and lots of images of God. And also there's the concept that Jesus Christ as a representation of God, or an icon to God, or even in the pure Christian religion as God, is depicted in churches all over the world. Especially the graven image, if you like, is of him on the cross. So are we breaking that commandment? Very interesting why Christianity should take no notice of that commandment. However, it's kind of wider than that. It's not about not making an image, not making a painting, not drawing, not creating something out of clay. It's about not making it graven in stone, i.e. that has to be the only image there is. This is the danger. If you think of God as the old man in the sky with the beard, which is how I grew up thinking of him, then you're going to put all kinds of projections onto that image of God, probably father or certainly authority, and whatever financial or prosperity issues there are in your life, they're going to reflect back to that every single time when you think about source. Now, pure source energy is natural abundance and grace. It comes. That's the way it is. It's around us all the time. But if you've got an image of your dad stopping you doing stuff, then it's not going to be helpful. A good example of a graven image is this. Now, if you've watched any of these videos before, you'll have heard some clattering around occasionally, and the reason for the clattering is this young lady. Her name is Puzzle, and she's a graven image of a beagle. She's a lovely dog and very, very, very pretty. I think you'll agree she's very, very pretty. She's getting a little middle-aged now, and she hasn't got her supermodel figure anymore. But the point of it is, Puzzle was bred for her beauty. She's very highly bred. She was a show dog, and she became, I think it was reserve best of breed at Crufts. She won many championships, and her granddaughter actually won best of breed of beagles at Crufts a few years ago. She is exquisite. Her ears are the right length, her nose is the right length, her body's the right length, her tail's the right length, her paws are the right kind of paws. But as a dog, she's a disaster. Now, I should affirm that because there's an awful lot you do with dog whispering nowadays, but when we got Puzzle, she was retired to us at the age of 8. She had no idea how to be a dog. She'd been kept in kennels the whole of her life. She didn't know how to go for a walk. She'd probably barely ever cantered in her life, let alone run. She had no idea of food apart from processed dog food. She didn't know how to chase a rabbit. She got very interested in sniffing, but she was actually knocked over by a rabbit on one of our walks. It's bounced up in front of her, and she was so scared she fell over backwards. So did the rabbit, but the rabbit ran off first. So Puzzle is exquisite, and according to the Kennel Club, perfect. And there's nothing wrong with breeding beautiful animals, but if you think about it, you'll have heard more and more stories of dogs and other animals bred to the nth degree, so they don't work anymore. Their hind legs fail, or their backs aren't strong enough. We've been very blessed with Puzzle in that she is sound and healthy and strong. My previous beagle, Didcut, didn't fit the criteria at all. Okay, she was a beagle, she got the Kennel Club certificate, her nose was too short and too snipey, her ears were too short and her bum was too big and her legs were too long. But what a dog! She would protect me, she chased things the way dogs are supposed to do, and when I went over to America and back in 11 months, she came with me. She came back as a Passports for Pets dog. She had to live in Spain for 6 months on her own. She even hunted for her own food at times when she had to. And she was brilliant, but because her nose was the wrong shape, or her legs or her bum were not right, she was not a dog that could ever win a show or would ever be judged as being a good beagle. So that's what I'm trying to explain about the idea of the no graven image. So if you've got a prosperity issue in your life, look at what you make a graven image, what you make a truth that really isn't helpful and can't serve you.